Hello, all greetings. This is Gilles Mancier. I wanted to pass by today to wish you a wonderful day and a Happy New Year. It is the Galactic New Year. For millenniums in Egypt, people used to celebrate the New Year on July 26, when the time was Sirius, the blue star of Sirius A, is rising in the sun at the same time in the morning as the sun. So there is an alignment, as Sirius is the portal to the galactic center. It's a place of knowledge. It's a crystalline and crystalline doorway, portal towards to the galactic center. And so this morning I do paint I've been painting most of the night for the past few days, so I've been working on my art. And so when I spend the whole night, I often see the sunrise, but it was too clouded to actually see Sirius. But you can always feel those connections to understand that in essence we all those external conditions are just to reinforce our own light, our own divinity. For we have forgotten that, but in truth we are a whole universe. Each of us is a universe that is very different from any other universe that's ever been created or ever will be created. We are a unique person, a unique universe with its own origin, its history and destiny. And so we live as a microcosm. It's called, in essence, the small universe, as the macrocosm, the grander universe around us. And so it is important to not forget that that in essence we have the true infinity within us, as the source of all things reside within us, and from there we can discover new. As we turn towards our inner self, we are able to discover always higher understanding, higher wisdom, higher sciences. And so this is where eventually it always has been that. Everything that always happened from within each and every one of us, but we have, in a sense, we have been given a lot of power to the outer world, and we in society, in this society, but sometimes often denying the inner power that we have. I've been asked also to comment on karma. Karma is, in essence, it is the law. It is God. God is the law. God is the only one that's above the law, but He is the law. So it's not conditioned by law, but it is a mental law that was created in a mental universe. Physical, mental, that reacts to emotional frequency. And so if we do this law is perfect when we choose to move from the sphere of light into the sphere of ignorance, the earth. Our soul has accepted to forget all of those things that we knew as ourselves in terms of divinity, well-being, and eternal connection with the source. So we have accepted to let go so that we could explore beyond that. And at the beginning, when young souls are coming into this matrix, they do have to investigate darkness, and so they plant dark seeds, bad seeds, and then they cultivate it and grow it, and then they eventually harvest it, and that goes on for hundreds and hundreds of incarnations until the point where after doing bad and doing negative things and being and suffering from that reflection of that, eventually the soul wants to avoid karma, avoid hurting anybody. It wants to live within the flow of life. So and from there we're starting to plant good seeds, we start to cultivate good seeds, and then we harvest good fruits. Understand that within the law of karma is unavoidable. No one can escape the consequence of his action, and yet there is always a higher law that can devaluate, that can transcend this law of karma, which is the law of love, the law of grace. As we forgive ourselves and others, we are moved above the karma. And so, in a sense, we do want to simplify our life as much as possible to find the more modest we are. As the I Ching says, hexagram number 15 is the hexagram of modesty. All the lines are positive, and it says life is easy for a modest person. So, discover true humility is very important. To be humble, to live as a child in the universe is the most reasonable attitude to have in relationship to our approach in order to be educated and to find fulfillment. For we want to dissolve all those ideas of duality. Duality is to move into unity, to move into the higher self that is above above the pendulum, the swing of the pendulum, because anything that we experience will have another side. Everything we express as positive will show itself as negative as well. For in essence, humility is the other side of arrogance. Arrogance wants to dominate and possess all, and so when somebody is arrogant, life will push the person down. But if we are humble, we put ourselves below everything and everyone, then life raises up naturally. It is the law. And so to understand that law and to live in harmony with the law is basically the program for the next centuries for humanity. It is very difficult because we are moving from a linear form of thinking to a quantum form of thinking, to a galactic level of reality. And so we need to prepare for our transition. If we were going to be propulsed in orbit, there would be months of preparation for that trip, and it is a bit the same thing. Or if we were going to climb a big mountain, there would be preparation. So it is really what's going on. Life is teaching us to let go, to drop all the excess luggage so that we may eventually be prepared for that. We want to let go of all subconscious action as much as possible by act of will. To understand that our senses, we do not want to let our senses dominate us. Of course, when we're thirsty, we look for water and we get fulfilled with drinking water. But in a sense, our body could live 3 days without water. So it is not because a sense demands something that it has to be exhausted right away. It is far better to not to deprive our senses, but to bring them into alignment, harmony, where none of them can actually abuse us. And so to be in alignment with the soul and the astral body when all the senses are at peace and following the guidance of the soul. So that's those teaching from the spiritual school of non-being. And as we move towards this higher level of consciousness, this higher level of receptivity, we come to realize that there are great wisdom that can be discovered within all things, but within all the wisdom books. But the highest of all wisdom comes from within. Eventually, this is where we'll be able to find all of the truths that we are looking for. For in essence, we want to get rid of, we want to eliminate the illusions. We want to let the illusion dissolve into truth. We want to let go in scientific pursuit, to let go of all superstition, to discover a new way of a new relationship to mind, matter, energy, and in order to be more empowered in relationship to what we seek to do. In a sense, all truths are just half-truths. There cannot be a whole truth for whatever is presented. There's always a counter-argument that it is only both argument. Whatever proposition can be, if you make a counter-proposition, that will include the whole truth. And so, and yet something has to emerge from that. So it is very much a time that we are being given right now to look at the past and look at the present. So Mercury is retrograde, so that we can review with compassion all of those things that have been affecting, and before we can validate any sort of future that we choose to experience. So it is a very important time. We're going to this galactic's energy are aligning with the Earth. It will be in full alignment on the 8th of August. If you do meditate, you can just open your third eye. You will see the great central sun, the great white light, the great sphere of light, the divine light. It's not something that you can see with your physical eyes. And before the gates, there is a lion that is always protecting, that's moving back and forth between the gates. But do not be afraid if you are called to move forward with the lion or beyond even. So you will see how you experience it. On the 12th of August, the lion star gates will close, and then will be a very powerful eclipse on the 21st, and all of those new energies will be integrated by the fall solstice, where everything will be back in balance. And so there is this moon is a very important moon for me. At least I feel I sense it a very, very powerful and important moon. That is coming for the next 27 days, 26 days. Here we have, for the highest wisdom we can gain today, is the higher self. The higher self is the monad. If you philosopher Leibniz discovered that monad is the soul family group. It is our soul and all the energies that are connected to our soul. It is our higher self. We want to become our higher self. We want to allow more of our higher self to be more integrated within ourselves. And so we first we need to communicate with our higher self to allow this intelligence that is already guiding our life, that pushing all the energies of our life forward, to become more conscious in relationship to what is going on within our physical life. What we need to understand is destiny. What is the attainment of that freedom, the attainment to come out of the tunnel, to move into the light, to achieve to achieve salvation, to achieve and also in doing that does not mean to deprive ourselves from physical earthly experience. In the contrary, fulfilling our destiny means both personal liberation and personal expansion on the physical plane. For most people, it depends on everybody's life path, of course. But to fulfill your destiny, not in relationship to what other people believe you should do, is very important. For you, follow your own path, follow your own heart, and this is why you will find fulfillment far more than trying to meet other people's expectation. What we need to do is responsibility, to assume our responsibility and to follow that, whatever we feel. There is no should do, or there is no have to, but yet there are things that we feel responsible for, and that makes sense. There is a great sense and meaning behind following those responsibility. And in essence, the general message for us is life purpose, to understand why did we come here to this world, into this incarnation. Why did we choose to incarnate in that time, in that form, in that place? We all choose different conditions to fulfill different experiences, and so understand your life purpose. Once you do that, you find a creative flow that moves you from day to day, from breath to breath, from day to day, from action to non-action, in a flow that is that has meaning and sense. And the more you connect to your higher self, the more meaning and value will be revealed within both your mind and your heart. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.